Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rooster and Medic podcast. We have a very, very special guest today. But before we get to that, I'm going to introduce you to Rooster, the guy on my left. He's left, yeah. He's the co-host for today. He is a game lover, a musician in the band Neverhill. Go check them out. And he works 9 to 5 as a daisy picker. And of course, the main event for today. Let me introduce this guy properly. An incredible YouTuber, streamer. I've been watching this guy since the beginning. Well, I think almost since the beginning of his YouTube career. He's a full-time content creator on Twitch and YouTube for the past 2 years, providing educational value and entertainment to hundreds of thousands of people. I started watching this guy even before I played Summoner's War, and that's sort of what got me into it. So thank you to him for that. Without further ado, it's the one and only Seanb. Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for the fire introduction, my guy.
Oh, dude.
Okay, quick test.
Yeah.
You watched me from the beginning, huh? So what was the favorite thing I liked to do back then?
Okay, let me be honest. The first videos I watched of you was that guy. No, whoa. Okay, hold on. The first videos I watched of you was the guy who'd had he had Aegir, Sig. Was that sort of the first wave of using Sig Morris as a damage dealer, right? In your first GB10 team. What was his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know who I mean.
Yeah.
So I was watching all the way back then. What was that? A year and a half? Almost a year and 3/4, something crazy like that. So yeah, all the way back. Okay, all right. So maybe not 2 years, but close. Okay. But no, we are very, very blessed to have him on the show. So to start us all off, to loosen this up a bit, to learn understand how much of a troll Sean is, Dan is going to hit you with some quick fire questions so we can learn a little bit more about you. So Dan, take it away.
You ready? Right.
Mm-hmm.
First one's easy one, yeah? Full name. Give me a full name. Come on. Let's go, bro.
What? My Vietnamese name?
Ooh.
Yeah, I want the full name.
No. Secret.
Oh, okay, secret.
Only those who donate to PayPal can see that name.
Oh, okay.
Right, where were you born?
That's a secret.
Where were you born? That's a secret as well.
Born Vietnam.
Vietnam. What's your favorite color?
Black.
Wow.
Yeah,
favorite movie or TV show right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
a K-drama called The King.
The King. Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
A song that changed your life.
No such thing.
No such thing.
Oh, okay.
Not a big
No.
deal. Favorite song? What's your favorite song?
Favorite song? It's something by Bruno Mars, but I can't remember. It's one of the first funky-ish change to his music. I can't remember what it was.
Was it Uptown Funk?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
All right. Favorite meal?
Meal? Like food or meal?
Yep. Food. Yeah.
Food. Sashimi. Salmon sashimi.
Can you explain to us what that is?
Yeah, what's that?
Wait, raw salmon.
Raw salmon.
Oh, like sushi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Nothing. Okay. Favorite summoner's war monster and why?
It used to be Annabelle, back when nothing was good, and she was one of the best. She was really fun to play with. Now it's Mina, the water cat, because like she's way too good, and she has low rune requirement, and she looks cute. Hey man, cat girl. Man.
Last question: are you a cat or dog man? Or
Cat.
none?
No, dog. Cat
Dog.
sucks. Cat betray you. Cat don't let you pet them.
So
They only
true.
come to you when they need food.
They're
Yeah.
like the definition of a moody teenager. Like you come home, yeah. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, cat sucks. I don't like cat. They're demanding and they don't appear when you need them.
Wow.
Dog is, on the other hand, is
They
great.
don't appear when you need them. Okay.
Yeah, like you wanna like, hey, I'm all alone and bored. Where's my cat? And it's like hiding somewhere in the house and you can't find him.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, cool. Well, look, we're going to move on to, well, first of all, if anyone wants to find out Seanb's socials, ! Seanb in chat, and also under his camera, do make sure you head over to his stream. If you haven't seen him before, which I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, make sure you follow him on his YouTube and also his Twitch page. Right, okay, we're going to go all the way back to when Seanb was a kid. I want to know, first of all, what was your first experience of gaming? And was it on console, PC, or what was it?
It was probably in a what we call a LAN shop. You know what a LAN shop is, right?
Yeah, like an internet cafe.
Probably Counter-Strike.
Oh.
Yeah, but we don't have cafe. It's just like table and computer and a bunch of dirty little kids trying to play some games. We can rent the PC for, I would say, 10 cents per hour or something like that.
Wow.
So yeah, we just spend all our day there playing Counter-Strike.
Okay. And so that was like your first experience of gaming. That was the first thing you played was Counter-Strike.
I think my mom took me there when I was 3, so I could play the game and eat. Because I was maybe not 3, like 2 or something. I needed to look at some dude play video game for me to eat.
Imagine playing Counter-Strike at like under 5. Oh my goodness!
Like I was that early. Like I need to be there to eat, or else I won't eat.
Okay.
Like other kids will ask their parents to buy toy to eat, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I need to go to the LAN shop to eat.
I'm just imagining if I said to my mum, "I'm not going to eat unless you take me to like some gaming convention." She'd be like, "Get out of here! You eat that food." Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, so from Counter-Strike, then growing up into your teenage years, did you continue playing sort of first-person shooters and stuff like that, or did it progress into other types of games?
Now I play a lot of like other arcade game, other like I don't know how to call that console where you put your thing on top down. What's that thing? What do you call that? Something like that.
When you put your
like console game, Pokemon.
Okay. Right. Oh, Pokemon. What's your favorite? What's your favorite Pokemon?
I have no idea what was those version. It was just the oldest of Pokemon versions.
Yeah, we were talking about this before. Yeah, we were talking about this before. And what was it? Red, yellow, blue.
Probably one of that. I have no idea. It just looked ugly as hell when you look at it right now.
Yeah,
but it was great. Pokemon was great.
Yeah. No, they were good. So did you, at school, did you have like a group of friends that play games together? Or was it sort of, you were out there on your own doing that and having fun? Or is there sort of like
when I get to like 10 years old, then I get friends who play Dota with me.
Okay.
So that lasted for like 3 years. And then I moved back to first-person shooter for like another 3 years. And then moved back to Dota. Because there was Dota 2. Like the one before was Warcraft 3, right?
Yeah. And then it evolved into
yeah, and then we got Dota 2 that looks really cool. And then I played Dota 2 all the way to like university. And then I discovered a thing called mobile games. I'm like, oh shit. And that's what Summoner Sword.
So you've been playing that from university. And are you currently in university now, or have you finished?
No. I finished that thing years ago.
Okay. So you've been playing mobile games since then. That's crazy. And okay, so talking about, well, first of all, from Dota, did you ever play League of Legends? Did you ever cross that?
I played a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I was just waiting for my Dota 2 beta key. So I played League. Because I got nothing else to play. I'm like, oh god damn, what is this League thing? It was okay.
Yeah.
It was
okay. So what was the transition then from that sort of MOBA game into mobile games, which of course is slower, probably, more methodical. So why is that sort of how you know how you work, how your brain works, how you prefer to do that sort of approach?
From what? From mobile to mobile?
Yeah, from MOBA to mobile games. Yeah.
Mobile game is great because you can play anywhere. Like in a university environment, you gotta go to class, right? So you can't exactly just like go to mid lane in class. But you can play Summoner Sword all the time.
Okay, so you can play
during lecture. Yeah, you can play anywhere. You can play during gathering,
Yeah.
school events.
Yeah.
It doesn't freaking matter. You can play your game anywhere.
You can play during
We
sleep.
went from like, yeah, it's crazy. Like I have friends back then who got me to play Summoner Sword. Just slept for 5 hours because energy refresh in 5 hours. You gotta
Yeah.
wake up to farm again.
Mhm.
So it was crazy. Like
Do you
gaming
think that,
was becoming easier.
yeah. And do you think that sort of, do you think Summoners War has gone to the next step now of making it easy? So it's easy to play the game, pick up and play, but also now they've made it easier with the monsters you get, with the energy you get, resources. You think they're trying to cater to like a more simple? No, not that's not a good way to say it. Are they trying to cater to just a wider audience?
They're trying to cater to the people who don't have time to sit in front of the computer for like 8 hours a day, like kids, right? Like when we're
Yeah.
kids, we can play MMO for like an
Yeah.
entire day. But
Oh.
the moment you go to like university, you start going to work, then you
Mm.
can only play during this amount of time, or you cannot play at all. But with this, we can play any time of the day.
Mhm.
And Summoner Store has become more of a manual game, to be honest. And now
Yeah.
the newer gacha game is much more auto friendly even.
Yeah,
So Summoner Store is actually kind of manual-ish.
we'd like to be able.
Because we've got so much content to do.
Yeah, and in newer games, I suppose being able to say 16, let's say GB10 equivalent in one go, and you can walk away. But in Summoner's War, every 35 seconds, we've got to click to go again.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know from Dan your opinion, Rooster. How have you found going from? Because I know we play a lot of League of Legends, World of Warcraft, all those sorts of things. How have you playing a mobile game now? What differences do you see as a newer player coming into the game?
I think mainly like what Sean says, it is easier to play anywhere. So
Oh.
like I'm not advocating it, but like when you're at work and you're sitting on the toilet, like that 10-minute toilet break can be a farming, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
I mean, I still play it on computer as well, so it kind of to me is a computer game in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think the easeability of playing anywhere on the go, if you're into that kind of thing, like if you're at social events and you don't like social events, it's just fun to sit on your phone and play games instead.
Yeah, yeah. So most social events then. So cool, having it with you.
Yeah,
Yeah. At this point, I want to say if anyone has questions in chat, do ask them, and Dan will jot them down for the end of the stream, where we'll ask Seanb some of your questions. So moving forward, you mentioned MMOs. Did you ever play anything like World of Warcraft, Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars Galaxies, any of those things?
I play the Asia version of that stuff. You know, because we all
Yeah.
copy the stuff that is over there and bring it here with like localized language and stuff. And theme.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I play equivalent to those, like
Yeah.
grindies, going around, do raid bosses, have
Yeah.
clan, all that stuff.
Okay.
It was okay, but like the more you grow up, the less time you can play that, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, yeah, I probably should say yes to that, but you'll still see me 10 hours a day. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so games in general, I'm interested to know what they have brought to you over the years. Like, what has gaming done for you? Is it anything particular, or is it just the enjoyment of it? Or is it sort of like an escape, or, you know, some people use gaming as an escape, or just something they like to do for an hour or two in their pastime, or a hobby? What is it for you? Before you became a
I think the
YouTuber?
biggest thing is gaming friends.
Okay.
So like if gaming is one of your main hobby, if gaming is one of your main hobby, then gaming friends is probably the most fun to hang out with, to play games.
Okay.
Because when you grow up to be adults, then 8 hours a day is work. So you got your work friends, which is kind of shit. And
Yeah.
then you got your hobby friends. So it can be your gaming friends. So they are the people who you just hang out, play game, talk shit, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And gaming brought me to streaming. So now I have streamer friends, streaming
Mhm.
friends. So you can be viewers, fellow streamers. And that's where I think a lot of my social interaction is right now.
Okay.
It's via gaming.
Interesting. I know you said becoming a YouTuber, Twitch streamer, you gain different types of friends, but because it's now more of a full-time job, providing all this content to everyone, do you find that you can't sort of be connected with those gamer friends so much, or is it just because you have to work so much, you know, providing content, or is it bigger now because you've got a bigger base of friends?
I mean, I still play game with the people I play game with. It's just
Yeah.
that when you make content for games, then you get to interact with other streamers. So then they become sort of your colleague
Yeah.
or your competitor in many different ways.
Yeah.
So
I think it's definitely
it's another type of connection, I guess.
Yeah. And I think it's definitely one of those weird places you have to find where, as you said, competitor, but at the same time, when everyone is elevating the platform in Summoner's War, that's a good thing. So you have to find a balance between seeing them as a competitor, but also seeing them as someone who's going to make your content better because they're pushing the envelope of Summoner's War. Cool, good.
With you guys. So as both being streamers, right, and you're talking about friendships you make over online, how do you find making friends? Technically you can't see them, like you're live, you're online, right, and you're vulnerable to the world, and everyone's watching you. How do you feel about that? Like when you're making these friends online, but you never actually see them. How does that feel?
I think we've come to a point where you don't have to see the person to know that you can talk to that person.
Yeah.
Like they share the same interests, they, you know, talk about the same things. Then you can have a good time. Simple as that, right? Because if you're not making friend IRL anyway, then might as well have somebody online to talk with you. It's still better than having nothing at all.
Yeah. And I think gamers in general, and coming off the back of that, I think gamers in general, almost quite reliable, because you know that they enjoy playing these games. They're going to be online. You're going to see them on Discord or whatever game you're playing, and it's like, I know that tomorrow this person's going to be online and I can talk to them, so that's really cool. Whereas sometimes in real life you don't get that. Maybe you're separated via distance or whatever, so online really just bring it all together. But what Dan was saying about making friends, I think it's one of those things over a long period of time of doing maybe YouTube or streaming, you get to know people. It's hard for someone to keep up an act for like a long period of time. So you do sort of get to know them and what they're like. And I think as well it's finding connections outside of streaming or the video itself. So whether it's on Discord, I know Seanb has a Discord as well. So like keeping connections that way is really cool. Really good. Yeah. Anything else, Dan?
At the end of the day.
No, go for it, Sean. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, a friend is someone you talk to, you share stuff with, you have good times with, right? So whether they're online, offline, real, fake, AI, still the same at the end of the day, right? Just that your friend online has this risk of one day they just disappear and you cannot do anything about it. You cannot just run over to their house and be like, hey, what's up, dude? Are you sick or something? But I have had so many viewers that we just like play game off stream with, and one day the dude just like gone, and I have no idea and no way to know anything about that person anymore, which is kind of strange. Yeah,
and to be honest, that's where I find difficulty, and Dan knows me well. I find difficulty with that sort of like one day here, one day gone. That's something that's my challenge, which is bad being a streamer YouTuber, of course, but it's just something we all have our things we deal with, all right? And that's what do you say?
You guys, just because you're a massive simp.
Okay, let's not get that out to the world. All right. Okay. All right. So let's move into your streaming and YouTube career, because for me personally, again, that's why I'm doing this right now. So I'm not going to simp on you too much, but yeah. When I say, the first day I saw Seanb's name in chat was a great day, I just have to say. Right. So what was the point? For me, if there's anyone out there who wants to do this too, what was the point where you thought, do you know what, I can do this full time, and I've got the skills and capabilities to do it?
I think it was the point where I was making enough to pay for living expenses and not be broke and have some savings.
Yeah.
That's when I can ditch whatever I was doing.
Yeah. What were you doing? Were you doing like just a regular job?
I was doing a partnership management thing in an IT firm. So it's basically just talk to people and keep them to be the partner of the company.
Okay.
It was okay. It was not boring. It was not amazing either.
Mhm.
And I wasn't very, very passionate about IT as well. So I was just taking the job because it pays.
Yeah.
And I was streaming like after hours. So 8 hours at the office, go home, eat dinner, stream another 5 YouTube stuff. So it was pretty stressed and tiring for a long period of time until I was like, okay, I'm not broke if I stop going to the company.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm leaving.
Yeah. So it started off as more of a passion project of I enjoy sort of. Could you see that there was an end to the goal though? Could you see that there was, if I keep doing this, I will get to a point where I don't have to, work in this IT company, or was it just passion to start with?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course. Of course, when you do it, you're trying to grow to a point where I can leave. Because I was like going to events would come to us. I was talking to people from gaming industries, and it's great. Like if I don't stream anymore, there's still stuff to do. It's not just streaming. It's just like going to the gaming side of the thing.
Yeah. And that's something that I haven't experienced yet. Going to maybe like a come to us event or something like that, which I think will be really, really cool. And I understand what you're saying about sort of stressful to begin with. So you're putting in extra hours because you have to also fund yourself, which is obviously the point where this channel is at the minute. But I feel like maybe the same as you, it was exciting too, because you know that eventually one day you put the work in, you'll get there. And I think that's for anyone out there who is looking to do YouTube, maybe not in this game or maybe not in gaming, just in anything. You've got to put the work in to begin with. And if you do that, rewards and, I don't know, sort of justification of what you're doing will come eventually. And Seanb is just a shining example of that for sure. Right, so you've started streaming, you've moved on to a place where you can do it full time. Now, what is it for you now? Is it just about the educational side, the entertainment side, or do you just like marrying both of them as you go forward?
For the content, I started off just trying to do some funny videos and content.
Okay.
But the more I do, the more question you get. You also have to try to teach people about stuff. So yeah, it's a mix of both.
Okay.
Because you can't be funny forever.
No. No.
There's a limit to jokes you can do.
Yeah.
But you also cannot teach forever because there's a limit of the things that the game you can teach about anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a mix of both.
Okay.
And I think I also try to keep myself entertained while doing content. Is so really important. Because you get jaded quick after like a year or two. You're like, oh shit, there's nothing new in Summoners anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a mix of both entertainment and education, and something that can make me entertain myself is pretty important too.
Okay. Yeah, I think keeping yourself entertained as well is super big. I know for sure that is. Okay, so within Summoners War itself, first of all, are you enjoying the game in its current state?
That's okay. It's not bad. It's still one of the probably the best gacha hero collector game out there. I've tried so many of other stuff. Like the most recent one is 7 Deadly Sin Grand Cross. It has everything I want, from graphic to gameplay to auto farming to quality of life. And then the PvP suck. Like I'm so used to the PvP in Summoners where you have band pick, you have tons of different strategy, you have rune builds, you have traps, you have so many things, so much depth. And when I go to another game with like no depth in PvP, I'm like, god damn it, gotta go back to Summoners War.
Okay, yeah. So you're from a sort of end game perspective of needing that content. I mean, that's the same in, let's say, something like World of Warcraft, where a mythic raider wants that end game stuff. You can alter the beginning leveling, etc. But if you don't progress the end game, then they're not going to be happy. What about you, Dan, as a new player? What have you found not experiencing this sort of PvP end game, just PvE really? How is it for you coming in?
Currently, cause I'm quite a casual player, so I don't grind too hard. So for me, there's just loads of content in this game. There's loads of stuff to do. They definitely make it so you have to farm constantly. and then also like noticing now, like the is it 2 weeks where they knock off your experience that you get?
Times 2 XP, yeah, for 2 weeks.
Yeah, like after 2 weeks, they
Oof.
basically screw you, and you can do it the hard way. But I kind of like that, and kind of like taking it a step up, making you improve. Yeah, there's loads of content in this game. I was just thinking about that actually, Sean. Do you ever get to a point like you're saying where you get a bit stagnant in Summoner's War? Have you ever thought about going to different games on stream, or do you play other games on stream?
That's like every other week.
I'm out of here.
Nah, of course, man. Like, I get to a point where I'm like, can't improve anything for like a month now. What do I do? It happens like for people like me, it happens pretty often.
Yeah.
Unless you like buy packs to get new runes, you probably don't get a lot of runes. Like you get like one a month.
Yeah.
Like yay, you know. For the early game, you get like progression like every other week, every other month. It's exciting. But in game player is like, unless you summon a new monster that is actually meta relevant, or you get a lot of luck in farming and upgrading, you get a lot of rune improvement. Or else you're kind of stuck there, like my unit's not changing, my rune's not changing. So what do I do now? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
So how do you find your, I guess your fans, your friends? How do they?
I just go back and
game?
fix down dumb shit to play with. So like entertain people.
Right.
That's what I do most of the time. Like, there's a nat 3 that might be good. Let's 6-star that shit.
Yeah.
You can search like a random unit name with Seanb next to it on YouTube. You might see a video on me. You might. There's a lot of dumb nat 3 I've made.
That's a good point. As we've got newer people in here, if you want to get hold of Seanb's YouTube or his Twitch, !Seanb in chat. If one of the mods can do that now, that'd be cool. To stay connected with him. Right, so what do you want to... This is a question that I like to ask veteran players. What do you want to see in the future of Summoner's War? Where can it go? We've already seen them try and improve early game, try and make that better for early game players to push them as fast as they can into maybe like a mid game. What is it for Summoner's War that they can do to make it better?
I think, honestly, it has reached the maximum potential of a mobile game can offer. You have, right now, 4 different modes of PvP you can do, like RTA, Arena, Guild, and Siege. And then you have like 4 different PvE you can do constantly to farm. Rune farming, raid, dimensional hole, rift raid. Like you have to constantly farm them. So that's a lot of things to do. So you can't just throw in a new thing and be like, you have to do that too. It's gonna suck so bad. So,
do you think there's quality of life improvements that you want to see in the game?
I guess auto farm is great, like 10 times repeat.
Okay.
Like I can look at my phone every 10 minutes, not like every 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay.
I think they can improve PvP. That's where you can just keep people hooked and keep them refreshed.
Yep.
Like they have to have the balls to just like drastically change meta. But it's hard for a game like this where you don't get everything to you, right? So if you spend like $500 to get that juicy Hawthorne, then they nerfed it to the ground the next patch, and then you'll be like, what the hell do I do now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of tough, but you do have to shake up PvP often to keep people refreshed, because there's pretty much nothing else to do, honestly.
Do you think the next step then, I know they were toying around with Summoner's War 2, which is going to be completely different to this game, but something, just an extension of the Summoner's War universe. Do you think that that's where they could actually add to? Just like expanding the universe, making the sort of the monsters you get mean more. So maybe people want to spend more money because they want to get the monster they've used in Summoner's War 2. You know, maybe something like that.
I don't know, what if like a refresh, like a fresh stuff for everybody to play Summoners up, but like with 2020 graphic, not like the things we're getting right now.
Yeah.
Will be amazing, because there are so many good mobile game out there currently that is offering like great quality of life and all that stuff. But Summoners War 2 with better graphic, please don't be an MMO. Like, god damn it, nobody play MMO on mobile. It's gonna last
on a mobile,
a long time.
Yeah.
Like all the auto quests and shit, so boring, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe a fresh start of Summoners with current day graphic, current day quality of life. will be a good way to refresh this
Mhm.
old game. 6 years old. There's only so much you can do with a 6 years old game, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think, I suppose we don't see the numbers, but if their numbers are good, then they probably won't change it. I think it's when it starts to drop that they may try and shake things up, which I think is good. It's good for sure.
From what I know from Comtour staff, from various Comtour staff, which is the number has been stagnant, but it's stagnant good, not stagnant bad. So it's like they're still making money.
Yeah.
So they don't really have to do much
But
for a long time already.
What do you say, Dan?
This event would have pulled in more people, I'm sure, as well.
Oh yeah.
Like old people are always leaving, right? But they always have like new event stuff to pull in like the new blood.
Yeah.
So it's always been like stagnant because it stay the same. But stagnant good because they don't go down. So
I suppose so.
Fine.
I suppose over this period as well, this COVID period, the numbers would have gone up with the event as well. Oh my goodness, yeah. Have you seen that within your YouTube videos and your stream?
Nah, it's still the same.
Well, even during the but that's just as you say though, right? It's as you're saying, like old players leaving, new players coming, it balances out.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Go for it.
No. I think
Okay.
just
Yeah. Well, let's go to the stream now. If there's any questions you've got for Seanb, throw them in there. I know I've seen a couple early on. Anyone know the update for new monsters? I haven't heard anything. No. Do you think
they all
that
keep quiet, man. I asked everybody I know in Comtos, they'd be like, shh, they don't want to say shit. God damn it, dude.
do you think it's because they don't want to reveal the monster skills? Like they don't want anyone to start, bitching about it, maybe.
But like we're gonna bitch about it anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, we will.
Like there's so many other game companies that just like they sneak peek a little bit to their streamer. They take like some feedback early on, all that shit. This company does nothing, man. It's just like shh. And then one day they just drop the update. Like, oh god damn it. It's here.
Yeah. Then that's content though for the next few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Sean, I've got a question for you from Jaquel27. It says, do you feel the pressure as one of the biggest PP Asian streamers?
So much pressure. Dude. Oh my god.
Keep that wrap up, eh? Also, another question from Smallsy. If you could make a new monster, what type would you make and what skills would it have?
A new monster. We don't have like centaur, right? There are a lot of mythical creature that we can have in the game.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Like we don't have like a bruiser centaur-ish kind of unit.
Okay.
That'd be cool. Dwarf with guns. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, we don't have dwarves. Yeah.
What abilities would it
like
have?
there's so many. We need new speed leaders. I hope so. We need new Oblivion unit.
Yes,
Like
Oblivion
3
units,
option. They all suck unless you have ISIS, which you don't.
yeah.
Yeah. There's so many.
Okay.
If you were stuck on an island, what 3 things would you bring, Sean?
Island.
Yeah.
I'm not good with survival, so I'm probably gonna die. So how do I die in pleasure?
Then that can actually keep you alive. maybe?
Yeah, need some painless way to get me to die. That'd be cool.
Okay. Wow. Painless way to die. I've never heard that answer
Yeah,
before.
of course, man. I mean, I'm probably gonna die. I don't want to die to a shark or a fucking animal, right? That's gonna be painful as fuck.
Yeah.
So I need some painkillers or some shit.
That's such a 2020 answer, man. I'm nothing but some painkillers.
Zombie apocalypse, I'm a dead dude. I'm a gamer, man. Ain't nobody gonna run from any zombie. I'm gonna die first.
You would think that game is.
Some of these zombie films, though, the zombies are so pathetic. Like, you could just literally sit in a house and lock the door, and they wouldn't know you're there, and they never. All they do is dribble on the door as well. Like, they don't do anything.
True.
But you gotta go out at some point, right? That's
Yeah.
But they're so slow. Then, yeah.
You would think that gamers though would be good at handling this situation because they play games like that all the time. But
No, they suck. They can't apply shit.
Gamers
Gamers good at complaining. That's the best thing they're good at.
true.
We complain a lot.
Yeah, big true. I've got one here for Sean. How do I make friends by Shunji?
let's see. You have 2 tags on the stream. You're already friends. Don't worry, man. I have like 2 guys that I talk to on Discord, like on a regular. I don't even know what they look like.
Really?
And like we just talk about stuff and play games, and they're my mod on stream. I don't
Interesting.
even know what they look like.
But interestingly, have you met any of these at conventions? Any of your fans? Any of the people that you've?
I've met a lot of viewers when I was in Singapore. I used to have like dinner, like frequent dinner session. We just go and play RTA and just have dinner. I've been to events in Japan. Nobody know me, so it feels bad, but like it's Japan. I've met some viewers in Korea for World Championship, but yeah, nobody knows me as well. They know Shredded.
Right. Right. Okay.
So I mean, but when you get to meet people that actually watch your shit, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Because just oh my god, it's actually a real human watch me.
Yeah.
Damn, boy.
That's something that I haven't got.
Really cool.
That's something I haven't got to grips with yet as well. The fact that people are generous with their time and resources to come and watch. Any other
like,
questions? Yeah.
They give you money. That's weird. I don't know you. You don't know me, but you just give me money. They're like packed of people who give you money on stream. It's so cool, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
So
And
we're like street performer, but
Yeah.
this is the internet is the street.
I think it's just a different way of entertaining and performing and all that sort of thing. Which for me personally, as an actor, it's a great other outlet to be able to do it. Any other stuff?
Yeah. Do you have any goals for the end of 2020, Sean? Like certain amount of subs or anything you want to achieve?
I have a personal money goal to achieve. So if I have to quit this tomorrow, I'll be fine. You know? And I want to lose weight. I'm fat. Very. Kinda.
No.
Yeah.
Never.
No, I am. I'm like chubby. No, I want to look like a Egyptian god, you know, something like that. That'd be
Okay.
cool.
Right. Is there a specific celebrity maybe in mind you have?
No.
Okay. Just
But I do want to lose weight at the end of 2020.
Okay. Cool.
Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully, Somersault don't die by the end of 2020.
Well, that's actually a question that was in chat. Do you think? How long do you think Summers will last?
By now, nobody will know because it lasted way longer than even the game developer even expected. They thought this game would die in a year. They thought this game would die in a year.
Wow.
So they don't even know. How am I supposed to know?
Wow, that's
They
incredible.
told me face to face. They're like, "Damn, you didn't know this game would last so long, dude. What the hell?"
Does it scare you knowing that? Or do you think you just move on to something different?
I guess we'll just move on to something different. We gotta start the grind again from the bottom. It's weird. Like
Yeah.
I'm not happier right now than when I make my first video from like an OS laptop. It's the same. So maybe a new game, a new journey would be fun to do. Because I'm not like broke now, so that's amazing.
Yeah. Do you think though you have sort of like a formula now to be able to take it into any game, or do you think you have the base in community to be able to?
There is the formula. I've noticed many different channels. From how they grow, there's definitely a formula.
Yes,
The
definitely.
easiest way is I think it's the same as any other business. You just go in early before anybody else. You be the expert of the subject. You share the stuff for free, and then people just come to you because you are the thing. So it's the same for any new game. That if you can do it, doesn't matter who you are, what you do, where you're from, what you look like. As long as you know the thing before anybody knows it, then you will own that game.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or of course you provide the other side of it, the entertainment side. You're either extremely,
Of course, if
extremely
you're extremely
entertaining.
funny.
Yeah. So one of the two.
Which is tough.
So where do I land? Right. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, there was a question. Someone asked, "What did you think of Medic when you first saw his stream?" Sean?
I like European accent. It's cool.
British
You
accent.
like that British?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like he can take me on a date, give me the rose, feed me some good ass steak. I don't know.
Some strawberries.
Like that. He's a vegetarian, so no steak involved.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
by choice.
Yeah.
you tell me your favorite burger because I think your chat will appreciate that.
Okay,
Sean,
I'm just gonna. I'll say this really, really quickly because this is about me. It's about Sean. But the best burger, you get the bottom of the bun right. You lightly toast it. You put some Nando sauce on it. You get some blue cheese. You put the blue cheese on right. You get a patty, halloumi, patty, some more Nando sauce. Then you got some lettuce, tomato. You put the toasted bun on top. Squash it down. There you have it. Perfect
the patty,
burger.
not meat patty. It's like a veggie.
Yeah,
slice of it.
of course, like a veggie patty. We get a substitute. Yes, meat substitute.
I don't understand what's the white people in Nando's. It's not that good.
Because-
For your money, you get nothing. Like you pay like £13.
It's
And
like
you
the
get,
upgrade. It's the upgraded McDonald's. Yeah, it's the upgraded McDonald's.
It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. Every time I have Nando's, like, you guys crave this? I'm like, my grandma fried better chicken than this.
Yeah, but I go in there and I have a mushroom and halloumi burger, so it's all good for me. Yeah. And then someone said celery in chat. Yes, we could do some put some celery on the plate as well. Yeah. Yeah, celery. Celery and hummus. One of the most perfect snacks you ever have.
Ew,
No?
I hate celery.
Really? Too stringy.
Yeah. Ew. My mom used to like go crazy about some like fat loss in programs. Shit with celery every day. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually last question I have for you before we start to wrap it up here. So your family are very interesting. Your mum took you to one of the land places when you were young. How have they been supporting not only playing games, because I know my parents were like, stop playing games when I was a teenager, but they're moving into YouTube and Twitch. What's their support like for you?
Oh, they stop me every minute they can.
Really?
Yeah, like since the first day, my dad was like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Look at your brother. He's working in the bank now." Yeah, that's the worst Asian brother you can have. Someone so successful working in the bank. You're like, oh my god, I can never be that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, my dad would just like nag at me every other day. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Do you think you were taking a
My
big
mom
risk?
would be like, God damn.
Is that a
But she would never
cultural-
say it.
That's very cultural, though, isn't it? Generally.
Yeah. And yeah, even when I started working in Singapore, so I will still stream at night. So if my dad was asking like, "Hey, what are you doing at night?" I'll be like, "I'm streaming." They're like, "What the fuck you doing, man? Like you'll be tired by the next day. You go to work." Like, nah.
Yeah.
So you rather me going outside and have a drink? That'd be wasting money, right? I want to do that. I want to go home and stream.
Do you think
So
then?
yeah.
Do you think then there's a certain point, maybe like monetary, that you can make via this, that you can say to them, "Look, this is what I've done with this. Kind of proved you wrong. You know, I don't need to work in a bank."
They still rather me to stay behind a desk. This thing will
Really?
not last forever, kid.
Yeah. Do you
Of
ever
course, that job will not last forever too. Look at COVID right now.
big true. Is that ever
Like,
like in
nothing
the
lasts
back of your,
forever, right?
yeah? But is that ever in the back of your mind? I know you were saying one of the goals is to be able to quit this tomorrow and be okay, like be stable. So is that really it? You want to get it to that point where it's okay if it doesn't last?
I want to get to a point where I don't have to care about how much I make. I can just play whatever I want. That'd be the best.
Yeah. Like Ninja, right?
But I think it's normal for parents to want the safest for you, which is
Yeah.
normal for every Asian parents. They want the
Yeah.
safest for you, not the best for you. You know what the best for you.
Yeah.
If you want to take risks, then you do it, right?
Yeah.
So when I told my mom that, hey, I'm gonna quit my job, that thing that pay like a lot of money to go and do this, that pay much less money, she was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
But hey, I'm not broke, so
Yeah.
at least I'm not asking for any money from anybody, so I think I'm fine.
Yes.
So I still did it anyway.
Mhm.
And even right now, I make more money than what I make in the IT company. She's still like, "I don't think this is a good path, son."
Oh dear me.
I'm like, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not broke. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not in jail. I'm not borrowing money from anybody.
Yeah.
I'm good, dude.
I think And that's the funniest thing. That's the thing we try and tell our parents. Like, we're not doing drugs, alcohol. You're not gonna find us like in a ditch somewhere. We're okay. I don't know. I think it's mother. Yeah, I just saw in chat, mothers with a heart. Yeah, always looking out for us. But no, you're right. They want safety over, in the long run, safety for them in their mind is the best thing. And do you think it comes from like an old school way of how they did it back in the day? Like this, what we're doing now was not viable back then. You couldn't just turn on the camera and make money. So
Yeah.
What about you, Dan? I know, being a musician, if we just transfer over to there for 2 seconds, being a musician, like what were the risks in sort of wanting to pursue that more?
Well, I think like for me, I've always had supportive parents in terms of like career wise. Like they're not like they can't really talk anyway because they've always just done crazy stuff. They moved us halfway across the world for a job, so. But they've always just said, go for what your dreams are. Do what you do. We'll support you no matter what. Even if you're a bum, we'll support you.
Yeah.
And so for me, there's not been a huge risk. But I guess the only risk came when I got married and had kids, because then you've got like this financial responsibility to provide for the family. And music as well. Like music's hard to make money. Like unless you're really big, you're not making money. Or unless you're a producer and you're getting a cut of other people's music, you're not really making much money. So yeah, it's more of a hobby now than it is, and it's always a hobby until it takes off, I guess. And then,
and I mean,
then
and that's sort of what Seanb earlier described as when it first started out for him, and the same for me as well. Like it's a passion, a project, all that sort of thing, and you want to increase it and get better. And as Seanb was saying as well, you want to become the best you can in that field, and that's how you can really do it. And I know Dan does the same with music. Right, we have come to the end. First of all, I want to give Dan, thank you as ever for being here as constant co-host. And then to Seanb, graciously coming on the channel. I'm very new to this sort of doing podcasts and even the streaming in YouTube. And it's very, very humbling to see these, big YouTubers and streamers come and support us out here. So make sure you all go over to Seanb's Twitch, give him a follow, watch him. Also the YouTubes, exclamation mark YouTube in chat, please, mods. And on that note, I will see you all in the next one. Thank you all.
Farewell. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thank you so much.